How to overcome negative thinking and handle fear. Good morning. If you're coming in, give me a hand over on replay, drop a replay. So yesterday we had a Q&A all about this, but I want to touch on a few things that came up. So for one, technology was playing up a little bit, but I still did it in a different way. I actually did it in the notes here. I did it in a few ways. There's a fish here being eaten by a bird. And there's also some things here that came up that I wouldn't have normally have come up with in the presentation because the presentation was already done. But the reason I'm talking about is, firstly, we talked about perception. Like only the other week were we walking with my two daughters and there was a bird on the floor being eaten kind of by another bird. And one of my daughters, which you can probably describe, know which one, being the second and the first. Have a guess. One of them said, "Oh, great, they've got their dinner. That's good. They won't be hungry now." The other one went, "Oh no, that one's being eaten." If you didn't know, first child, "Oh no, he's being eaten. That's not nice." Second child, "Oh yeah, he's got his dinner. That's great." Two differences. But my point here, same event, yet the perception of the event is totally different. Who's right, who's wrong? Well, the interesting part of that is neither, technically, but it just shows that we can actually change our perception at any time. There's different perceptions of event, and this is our mindset. And it comes back to something that we talk about in the Kickstart book already, in here, which is what you can control. Where are you spending most of your energy? This is something that we talked about yesterday in here, which I'll just show you in here. So you've got things that you can control. Thoughts, what I eat, my exercise, how I respond to situations. How much of our energy are we actually spending here? Because quite often we spend so much of our energy on the outcome, aka the weighing scales or the measurements. And if they're not going in the right direction, it can cause more anxiety and stress, which then means we don't actually control the things we can control. Remember that. And when you focus on the process, aka the things that we can do today, what can I do today to sharpen my axe, if you like, to make sure that I'm more in control of my food? Well, I can have protein with my meal today. I can count my calories today. I can write down what I eat. I can plan a snack mid-afternoon that's high in protein, which I know is going to keep me full up and stop me being tempted on making decisions that I don't even enjoy. When I eat those free cream eggs, guess what? I didn't even enjoy them. I had them anyway. What was I doing? At least enjoy it if you have it. Plan it in advance. I'm going to have that cream egg and I'm going to damn well enjoy it. Or I'm going to make sure I have a protein snack in there. We're controlling what we can now. Now, when it comes to these negative thoughts, we talked about something called squashing ants, automatic negative thoughts. And these ants, creepy crawly all over you. This is some of the ones that we had. This is a scientifically formulated diagram. If you're watching, there's an ant there. I don't deserve it. Everyone is judging me. Sod it. There's no point. I'm not good enough. It won't make a difference. What's the point? I'm a failure. Next time you think, what's the point? I want you to do it to prove that there is or isn't a point. Because here's the thing, no one ever asks the question to these. Is it true? Is it true that there's no point? How do you know? Can you be 100% sure? And the greatest one is, I'm your worst student. Because that was what I had yesterday. I'm your worst student this month, Matt. And I just disrupted the conversation and I said this one thing. Okay, what's worked well this week? And like we say, energy flows where your attention goes. All of a sudden, she went into this space of, well, you know, I've pretty much maintained my weight, even though I've been in hotels for a lot of time, which is normally a trigger, a danger period for me, danger place. I've had to get room service at certain times, which normally I'll just get some crap, rubbish, whatever's in there, but I've chosen more protein-based foods. And given that your success and transformation is pretty much down to how you respond to these challenging events, that would suggest that you've made a big breakthrough there. And actually, if you can do it on these days, when can't you do it? That is a huge win. And given that sometimes we define, I've blown it. Why? I've eaten this one food, or I've gone 200 calories over, forgetting that there's about 20% error in calorie counting anyway. So you could have gone 200 calories over, but that could just be pure error. And at that moment, you've decided that you failed, and subsequently you're going to fail now because you've chosen to. That's just one of the tools we talked about yesterday. And I'm going to be talking more about these in our free 5-day kickstart, which begins on Monday morning. If you're coming in free, 5 days, 5 tasks, simple workouts. If you're coming in on that, I'll put the link below and it'd be good to see you there. Any questions, let me know. Squash the ants, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Take care.